What is up, guys, gals and minions? It is me, Noir Proxy, and as you can see here, playing some more Watch Dogs multiplayer while destroying the streets of Manhattan with a traffic jam. Now, I've actually got a reason why I do this, which is really, really cool, but either way, we'll talk about that in a second. We are doing some more hacking, as you know. I think that's what the game mode is called. Really fun, really addictive. You may have just seen a civilian teleport for some reason. Oh, wait, whoa, she's getting into my freaking personal space. Back off, woman. Back off. I have a phone, and I have multiple ways of doing things with it. Anyway, today we're going to actually be hacking this dude using a plant. How awesome does that sound? We're not going to be using cars, we're not going to be using a crowd or a box. We are going to be using a potted plant. I think that sounds really awesome. I'm basically trying to push my abilities a little bit and see how far I can go with this, because we've been using cars, we've been hiding behind walls, but you know what, we haven't actually tried using a potted plant yet. Now, you may have noticed that I actually caused a traffic jam, and there's actually a reason why I did that. The reason is because you want to make, I don't know, like a decoy, a diversion, so there's actually more things and more places for this little dude to go searching for and stuff. Now, using this potted plant was actually a lot easier than I thought. You basically just got to etch around it and stuff. You can also see as well the little white line coming out of the dude. That is where he is scanning the directions, should I say. And so through using that little bit of an instant with all the cars and stuff, he's going to be busy looking through all those cars. He's going to have to look around a bunch of places, and it's going to work in my favor. So minions, remember that before you initiate the hack attack, does that sound awesome? To always try and, I don't know, just build your environment, build your scenario, your scene of criminage. And that means that you'll have like an easier time hiding and allowing that little percentage meter to build up and stuff. I think it's a good idea, and I hope you think it's a good idea too. Now, minions, comment section below, let me know what kind of things you've been doing when hiding in Watch Dogs. Obviously, this game is about hiding and stuff, and there are multiple ways of doing it. But really, there's only actually, when I say multiple, there's actually only a few multiple ways of doing things. And so it's always good to try and think outside the box. And so as you can see, I'm trying to think outside the box, I guess. Now, this is actually a little bit closer, so I'm actually trying to etch my way around, be really, really slow, be incognito, be one with the crowd. Now, obviously, he may actually see my butt or like a little like corner of me or something when going around this potted plant thing, but at the same time, he's not really going to be remembering all the civilians that he's scanning. So if you just act casual and just calmly walk round the pot, then that means that it may make you look like just a normal civilian that he may have actually scanned and stuff, and he's just going to leave you alone. Which is actually kind of it's working in my favor. Now, obviously, as well, the blue circle that you're hiding in, where they're supposed to try and find you, obviously gets smaller, like the more the bar progresses and stuff, and so it can get a little bit harder and stuff like that. But thankfully, through the power of this almighty potted plant, I'm able to defeat him, it seems. Now, he's obviously going over here now, so my massive like car accident scenario thing is actually working in my favor here as well, because he's like, I've got too many cars as such. This is not going to work out for me. He probably knows he's going to lose here, and obviously when you're using your mobile phone, which can only singularly like scan one person at a time, it means it's going to take forever and it's going to be really hard, and obviously it means I'm going to win. The percentage meter has now gone to 100%, and victory goes to me. So minions, what do you think, Someone? Don't you think that was quite cool? I mean, I tried my best there to make it a little bit more different, add some variety to it. So anyway, let's move onwards. Now, for this next one, someone's going to be invading me, but you need to listen out for a very specific sound. So are you ready? Are you ready to use your ears as a weapon? Here we go. You hear that sound? You hear that really revved up car? That is actually someone trying to invade me. And the purple circle hasn't even shown up yet, so at any time in your single player experience, someone may actually be trying to invade your game, hack you, and get some points and upgrades. So it's always worth just hearing out, not just using your eyes, but using your ears at the exact same time. And so because I'm able to lure them down this alleyway, and I was quite lucky because I was trying to unlock a CTOS area here, so I could open the map for me and stuff, I'm able to use the alley to my advantage because they got nowhere to hide. This dude just wandering, and he's like, I'm gonna hack someone today, I'm awesome. And so you end up using this dumpster to try and hide and stuff, but I try and play a little bit smart here and actually try and act dumb in a way. So he thinks I'm just wandering around trying to find him, maybe just going about my business, but I'm able to use that to my advantage and shoot him in the face. So always remember to look out, or hear out, should I say, for those little cues, those little sounds of something a little bit unusual, like a car revved up and stuff like that. It's always worth it. Now for the final video, and this one, again, is kind of lucky, but at the same time really, really awesome. Now, one of the main things you can do when hacking someone and hiding is using vehicles. Now, in this area, there are so many vehicles to use. We're actually next to a highway, which is really, really good. And so, what I end up doing is just using a vehicle. There's not many building areas to find. As you can see here, I've actually initiated the hack. I'm trying to look for somewhere that'd be really, really cool to hide. But to be honest, there's actually not that much there. There's some walls, but, I mean, I'm not actually big boss from Metal Gear Solid 3, I can't use any kind of awesome, weird, like, camouflage or anything like that, and so I end up going for just a car. Now, this one actually looks a little bit, I don't know, would you say it kind of stands out a little bit? I mean, I guess, kind of. Now, this person's actually does a really bad thing and doesn't actually check the car, which is something I always recommend. There's a bunch of phases when it comes to Watch Dogs multiplayer hacking, and that is that you always check cameras, always make sure that when you're actually been intruded on and stuff, always make sure you use those cameras. As I mentioned, it actually scans a lot better than just using your phone by itself. And obviously as well, check as many cars as possible. Don't worry about the people in the crowds and stuff. It's always best to make sure that the main obstacles that someone can hide in or behind are always checked first. So obviously cars, using cameras, because obviously the camera can look through the crowds too. So don't worry about just running up to people with your phone and stuff. It's just pointless. It's really slow, and it means you're going to run out of time and stuff like that. And as you can see here, this person's just walking around and just going, where the fudge could this guy be? I mean, the blue circle's getting smaller, and there's only a few places that you can check. But for some reason, they just don't bother checking the car. It's lucky on my part, don't you think? Have you ever had this experience where someone just completely walks past the car? I mean, this person had a bunch of chances too. Now, actually, it works in my favor because I'm right next to a highway with a bridge, so that means that I could be hiding under the bridge, obviously, and so they actually jump off the bridge to go check under the bridge, and I'm not there, I'm actually in the car, and so I'm actually stood right next to this car, look, and she doesn't even bother checking. It's like, come on, just check the black car, just check the black car. Now, I am actually pressing circle, which has turned the car engine off, and I'm kind of slumped into the car itself, so I think it's a little bit harder to scan, but at the same time, at not one point, this could be a he as well, I'm sorry that I keep saying she, it could be a he, but the character model is a she, so I'm going to say it's a she. Do you think we should call it a she? I'm going to be a she. But anyway, so always make sure that you're aiming at the car, make sure you're looking at the driver's side. I mean, I'm British, so obviously the driver's side should be on the right, so it might be that kind of thing, maybe she aimed at the wrong seat or something, I don't know, but it's always worth checking every single driver's side. They're actually checking that side. They're doing actually a good job of checking other areas and stuff, but the cars, one of the main things to always look out for, they just don't bother. But minions, I'm about to win this one, but I would love to know about your own Watch Dogs experiences. Comment section below. Tell me one that's been really amazing, like a really close call or something. But either way, I'm going to have to see you guys, girls, and minions next time. It's been me, Noir Proxy, playing some Watch Dogs multiplayer. But as always, ciao.